Welcome back to another episode of Bluff City Grub. Layers of flavor, baby. You've had pork and peaches, but you've never had them like this. Me and Joe are layering pork tenderloin with Momofuku's chili crunch and fresh peaches for a sweet heat that will blow your mind.
Welcome back. Today we're settling the debate: flat metal skewers or
Wood round skewers. Now, I'm gonna be honest, like, these have been sitting in my pantry for 2 years. They cost me $2. And I cook with them all the time. For some reason, Joe thinks that metal skewers are the best way to go.
Stay with me. I'm going to tell Greg why I prefer these flat metal skewers over those wooden bamboo skewers. Today it's all about the layers of flavor.
That's it. That's what we do here at Bluff City Grub. You know, we always cook to the 3 T's: time, temperature,
And sometime today. We've got our pork tenderloin here. First thing we want to do is trim up our pork tenderloin. We want to remove any excess fat or silver skin. So we should take our knife here, simply just run it along that silver skin, just take it off. And we're going to trim both sides of our pork tenderloin here. We're going to be dicing our pork tenderloin into about 1.5 inch cubes for our skewers. And the reason we want to go a little bigger is we're combining red onions and peaches on our kebabs today, but we want to make sure that we go with a nice big chunk of pork tenderloin. This will allow our vegetables time to cook without our pork overcooking. All right, we've got our pork diced up in about 1 inch, 1.5 inch cubes. We've already got our peaches. If you can see here, we've taken our peaches and cut them into thirds. We're gonna be putting these in our bowl, mixing them with our pork for our skewers on a gas grill. Now, we're getting ready for our first layer of flavor. And Greg, what are we looking for here? We're looking for a dry brine. First thing we want, Himalayan salt. Greg, can you help me out here?
Yeah, no, I got you, Joe.
And how are we gonna bring that heat today?
We got what you introduced me to, which is the Momofuku's chili crunch. We got 2 spoons.
All right, once we get that all together, we're just gonna go ahead and mix that dry brine, that Momofuku's hot chili crunch, and that salt all together on the peaches and the pork tenderloin. Now, there's one more thing we're gonna use to hold our pork tenderloin and fruit on our skewers today. We're gonna be using red onions. For these, we're just gonna go ahead and quarter these onions and just put them on top. We're not gonna mix them up and let this sit for about 30 minutes. And when we go to remove the skin, some people like to just take this outer layer off, but that's really not enough. You really want to go at least 1 layer deep into the onion. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to go ahead and take that outer layer completely off our onion. Once we get our onion, we'll lay it down flat, and we're just simply going to quarter this red onion. And again, we'll be using these red onions to secure our pork tenderloin and peaches on the skewers while we cook on a gas grill. Give it to me, Greg.
All right, so we have our pork tenderloin here, and it's been sitting in our Momofuku's chili rub with a little bit of salt. Got the onions and the peaches in there. These are the skewers I normally like to use. As the wooden skewers are cheap, and they seem pretty effective to me, but my buddy Joe put me on some game, and he let me know that if you put them on there, you notice that it rotates and spins pretty easily, and it's easy to fall off. Another thing is wood burns up really easy as well if you don't soak them before. And so what we like to use are these metal skewers here. If you notice how it's really flat, it kind of helps the meat stay on the skewer pretty easy, but then also, because it's metal, it'll conduct heat. See how the meat stays still? Ah, okay. That makes sense, Joe. All right, so we're gonna go meat, peach, and onion. All right, so we got our onion, we're going in. Last, this is kind of our cherry on top, and our stopper, keep everything from sliding off the skewer. All right, so we got meat, peach, onion, and we're gonna space everything out. We're gonna leave a little gap in between everything. It's gonna allow that heat to get to the metal and conduct inside of the meat and vegetables. Now we got our wood skewer here. I mean, you know, if you don't have metal skewers, you can still use a wood skewer. Pork on there, it'll still spin a little bit. I mean, that's all right, but like if you have another skewer, you can just kind of skewer that one as well to help it not spin. It's the same thing, see how it doesn't spin? A little gap there, meat, peach, onion.
All right, Greg's got our skewers set up and they look amazing. As always, layers of flavor, Bluff City Grub. We've got our gas grill set up. First thing to to good gas grill cooking is to always have our grill pre-cleaned. We've got our grates up somewhere between 400 and 500. We're wanting to cook around 450. Last thing we do is we always want to use a good high temperature oil to make sure we don't have any sticking to our grill grate. So we've got our avocado oil spray. You've seen us use this lots of times here. We're gonna go ahead and hit our grill grates fresh avocado spray. And you notice at Bluff City, one of the things we've been doing lately really works out good for us. We've taken onion, we're using a red onion here, and we're just using that to clean and do a little scrubbing action on our grates. Take our wood skewer first. Of course, everything's locked in. That double skewer technique works real well. We're gonna go ahead and sit them on our grill grates to get that sear. Now our metal ones, these are a little nicer because we got this handle here. Gives us lots of room to be able to get these onto the grates. Now a little comparison here. While I prefer the metal skewers while cooking, they're easier to work with and turn and rotate. They do have a problem fitting on the grill. You can see our wood skewers fit a whole lot better than our metal skewers. We're gonna cook about 2 minutes each side and rotate till all 4 sides are seared. Since we're cooking hot and fast today, is go ahead and give these pork tenderloins, kebabs, a 90-degree turn about 2 minutes in. Now, one of the nice things about wooden skewers is they're not heavy, they're easy to just grab the meat. No different here other than we got these long handles. Just gonna grab that and give it a 90-degree turn. And you can start to see those grill marks are starting to form.
We're making our sweet heat glaze. We got a little bit of honey. We got some Momofukus, and then we also are gonna add a little bit of teriyaki sauce. Just use your favorite teriyaki. We're using Sweet Baby Ray's, and this will be in the description below. Full recipe. We're gonna give that a little whisk there, mix it up. This is gonna be delicious on our pork tenderloin kebabs on a gas grill.
Right, we've seared our pork tenderloin and peaches on all 4 sides. We've been cooking here about 8 minutes or so. What would you say, Greg?
Yep, about 8 to 10 minutes.
At this time, if you have any leftover peaches or onions, this is an excellent time to just sear those on the gas grill. Now, once we get our kebabs up to the top rack, we want to pull these at about 145. We're at about 125. So we're ready to go ahead and start painting our skewers with this glaze. Honey is going to sear to the meat on this gas grill and lock these beautiful chili crunch pepper flakes into our pork. Looks like our pork tenderloin skewers are looking fantastic on a gas grill. Layers of flavor, sweet heat, just the way we like it. That glaze you made is really going to tie in these peach and pork flavors. So we're just going to brush the other sides. I might cut back on that Momofuku's chili pepper a little bit. It can get a little hot. But if you're willing to trust us, these are some bold flavors that you're going to experience today. If you guys like what you see, join us at Bluff City. We're on our way to 10,000 subscribers, and we want you to be part of our success. So we really would appreciate a subscribe, comment, and like. Well, we got our pork tenderloin cooking. We really want to pull these at about 145. And you can see here, we're at 142 and climbing, 143, 144.
I think we're about there, buddy.
This is where we want to be. It is time to plate up our pork tenderloin on our skewer, cooked on a gas grill, loaded with layers of flavor. You can look at those colors. Take a look at that sauce. You can tell these are going to be fantastic. If you've got the bamboo skewers, just double up. They work great. They fit easy on the grill. If you've got the metal skewers, not a problem. I really prefer the metal skewers, but that is not a deal breaker in my opinion. We're gonna tie it all together with this lime on the peaches, onions, and pork tenderloin cooked on a gas grill with that sweet chili heat crunch, layers of flavor. This is the way we like them. We're down to the last option, flat skewers or bamboo round skewers. That is easy, pretty easy to slide that pork off of this flat metal skewer. Trying to pull this off. It's a smaller skewer. Where do I grab that? Guess I'll start down here. That's not too bad. Oh wow, this is a lot harder to get that meat off of a bamboo skewer at the end. I'm gonna tell you what, I was pretty happy with the bamboo skewer all the way till the end. Let's just try that one more time for comparison. Either way, these are gonna turn out fantastic, well worth the time. We'll grab this, oh, completely different. I mean, look at that. It's just sliding off. That is.
All right, metal for the win.
Metal for the win.